Hello and welcome to Woodworking by Chan. This is going to be a series of videos that documenting how I'm making an outdoor sign that's going to hang outside of a barn. I just plan on using 2x6 pine, and to help it deal with the elements, I plan on using a breadboard end design, and I'll experiment with the finishing. As you can see, it's just straight dimensional lumber from the big box store, and it's got a little bit of warp in it, but once I cut it down to size, it won't make that much of a difference. So the measuring process has the center section is going to be 3 feet long, and then the breadboard ends are going to be the width of the board, which is going to be 6 inches. Now, if I stack 4 of these boards together, I'm going to end up with a sign that is roughly just under 4 feet wide and about 2 feet in height or width. So after all the cuts have been made and laid out together, this is what the final sign is going to look like. So I have the 4 pieces stacked in the middle lengthwise, and then I have the 2 breadboard ends, which will hopefully help with it dealing with the elements in terms of the wood shrinking and expanding. Now for this project, I'm lucky enough to be doing most of the work at the school workshop, which means I have access to a biscuit joiner, which I've never used before. So this will be the first time trying it out. I'm laying out the line so that I can put 3 biscuits between each of the pieces as I try to glue them together. So right now I'm marking off all the places where I will be using the machine itself. It's actually not a very difficult tool to use. All I do is line it up with the marks that I made on the wood itself, hit the on button, and then just push the tool in as far as it will go. And then once I've done that, I repeat the same thing on the other 3 pieces of wood, both sides for the 2 pieces in the middle. Once all the holes have been made, I line them up on its side, put in the biscuits, and then I start gluing them. But unfortunately, my camera died and I didn't realize it was dead until too late. This is what the product looked like after I've glued it together, let it sit for a couple days, I believe, left it to dry over the weekend anyways. And then when I came back, I removed all the clamps that were holding all the pieces together. I put a lot of clamps on it because I didn't want it to warp too much in the gluing process. I know it's not supposed to once you put the biscuits in, but like I said, it's the first time using it, so I didn't quite trust it fully. Anyways, there was a lot of pipe clamps on there to try and keep it as flat as possible. And then this is the final of what it looks like after it's been glued up. And that brings us to the end of video 1. Video 2, I'm going to start making the tenons for the breadboard ends, the tenons and mortises for the breadboard ends. So I hope you join me for the next video, and I'll see you next time.